This is Shelley Kraft coming to you live on SNNLive. We're at the LD Micro Main Event 2013 at the Lux Hotel in Bel Air, California. With me is Mr. Thom Calandra from the Calandra Report. It's a newsletter, ladies and gentlemen. Tom, welcome to SNNLive.
Good to see you, Shelley. Nice welcome there.
It's good to have you. So let's get right down to it. Tell me about, first of all, the Calandra Report. Then I'm going to ask you some questions.
Oh, well, I mean, just to kind of wave my own hat, the Calandra Report started many years ago when we created CBS Market Watch out of nothing. When we had Financial News Network, Data Broadcasting Corporation, and it became a very, very large newsletter. We sold Market Watch to Dow Jones, and here I am now for the past year and a half. I've resurrected the Calandra Report. It's mostly natural resources and a little biomedical, maybe 500 subscribers, and mostly folks who continue to lose money in the natural resources market.
I'm actually, the way you put it.
It's been painful.
Yeah, the way you put it, it can't shed light on how much money's really been lost.
Oh my gosh, I mean, I joked, and I actually just sent you something via email, an interview I did, and my wife refers to me as the great destroyer of capital wealth in our household, because all the money we made from CBS Market Watch, I've given back about half of it in natural resources just in the past 3 years. Resources have been great, metals, gold, some energy, from about 2000 through 2009 to early 2010. And then South City, USA, man.
Yeah, it dropped out. Let me ask you a question. Let's really focus on 2014-15. 13's over. We can't do anything about it except take losses. Let's look look, the Dow Jones is doing its own thing. The S&P is doing its own thing. But that's not micro cap. That's not necessarily the emerging growth companies. They're still having a struggle, especially biotech's doing better than resources. So let's figure, you tell us what you see happening in 2014.
Okay, well, Shelley, the micro caps that are represented at this conference, at this LD Micro Conference, are the companies that could become the next billion-dollar companies. I mean, there are 250 of them. Most of them are in internet-related technology, retail products, and of course biomedical devices and stuff like that. So, and there are 4 or 5 that actually have market caps here of 400 million, 500 million. Those are few and far between. But as you know, in 2013, the Russell 2000 has been certainly okay, but the microcaps are $100 million companies and intensely risky. I think that trends continue to last a long time. Certainly papers in, and hard assets, except for real estate, are out the window.
But look, I just want to share with you. You go to the same conferences we go to, and we've heard bottom a lot. But unfortunately, I've been hearing it too long, and it's still seeking more bottoms.
Right. Shelley, I'm not a technician. I'm a firm believer in commodities and natural resources, and I own 3 or 4 biomedicals, and that's my audience. And I'll tell you something, I'm not a momentum player. I'm somebody who buys as things go lower, and that can be very painful. It's always worked for me in the past. This down cycle in commodities, it's 2 years and 10 months. It started in February or March of 2011. There's never been a cycle in modern history of any industry, not just commodities, that has lasted 2 years and 10 months. It's amazing. But where it's going now, Shelley, if I could take back all the forecasts I made as a younger person, I would, because it's a no-win proposition. I continue to buy. Even yesterday, I was buying the GDXJ, which represents 10 or 12 small miners, and I continue to buy some of the 30 companies that I own to average down, but they continue to go lower even this morning.
Well, it's not going to last forever. At some point, whatever's going to spike it, whatever's going to kick it in, you can't predict when it's going to happen, because we've been around too long to pick tops and bottoms.
And Shelley, when you reach our advanced age, and this is true.
Speak for yourself.
No. When you reach our advanced stage, there's one thing you don't want to suffer, because like most people, we've made every single mistake in the book, and that's whiplash. I tell this to my friends in South America, in Colombia, when I go see a gold project down there, or Mexico. Or whiplash, there's no real Spanish word for it, but whiplash means you were right, but you gave up. You capitulated. I will never suffer whiplash in my personal life, my emotional life, my love life, which I've been married for 25 years. I will stay the course here down to the last thing. Now, let me tell you something. Thanks to kind of an inheritance, we also own now a portfolio of dividend-paying stocks, 7 dividend-paying Dow Jones index stocks. Well, when we got them, I had to actually look up the word dividend. So that's a little hedge, right? But
well, look, you're in the world of capital gain when it can be taken. And the bottom line is, we look at the micro cap world, it's in its own separate world. It doesn't necessarily follow the Dow. It doesn't necessarily follow any of these exchange, ETFs or anything of that nature. So you're on your own, man.
Yeah, that's right. And you have to raise money on it in a non-dilutive way if you can. Most companies cannot, especially the gold companies. But the companies here at LD Micro, right? Inovio, for example, is the one I'm most enamored with right now. It's a delivery company for infectious diseases and DNA vaccines that treat things. It's actually raised to $60 million since 2009 just through grants and from governments. Now that's not easy to do. Most companies here have to go to the market, and that means dilution. And dilution kills you whether you own a biomedical company or a gold company.
Right, exactly. Let's get a website.
Oh, okay. It's www.Thom Calandra, THOMCALANDRA.com, and that's the Calandra Report. And I love it, Shelley.
I love you too, man. Ladies and gentlemen, Thom Calandra, the Calandra Report. It's a newsletter. Go to the website. We're at the LD Micro Main Event 2013 at the Lux Hotel in Bel Air, California. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive. Tom?
Hey, thank you, Shelley.
What a pleasure.
Pleasure's all mine.